I want to be as impactful as possible. I want to use those minutes the best way I can to prepare them for the matches. And, you just have to figure out how to make it work as a group.
Hi everyone, it's Tom reporting from the LEC Spring Split, and with me here is Yamato, the head coach of Fnatic, who just were reverse swept by Rogue in the upper bracket semifinals. And Yamato, I guess, there's no going around it. That must be pretty tough for the team.
Yeah, it is what it is, It's like, in the end, there were certain things that we could have done better, and we're going to work on improving them. Like our method and our process is not going to change. We have things to do better, things to learn from this best of 5, and a lot of new information comes up, and you get challenged in different ways. And today, Rogue was a better team.
Yeah, I have to say, you sound pretty down to earth, and I guess you have to be, because you still have a playoffs ahead of you. You're not eliminated yet as well. But let's talk about that preparation then a bit, because Rogue came off a series against Misfits that was pretty easy for them. I guess you didn't really get much info from them in that, whereas you maybe were pushed a little more in some games by G2. So can you talk to me a bit about heading into this weekend?
I think we prepared, and I think in the end, I think in terms of gameplay, and like we played a lot of the champs that we find strong, and they got challenged in a different way. They had some ideas and some preparation that worked out for them. They managed to get really big gold advantages in game 3, 4, 5, and I think we lost a lot of energy. And I think in terms of preparation, I'm still like satisfied. I know it's very easy. Usually the fans always, if you lose, it's a bad draft. If you win, it's a good draft.
We'll talk about draft in a bit. Yeah, but,
we've won games with bad drafts, and we've lost games with good drafts, and it's always funny to see the same reaction.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where when you know something, like in the question of like reading online about a topic that you know about, you realize how clueless people are. So I begin to be like afraid in terms of, when I read about things that I know less about. So it's just a question of, just bouncing back. We learned from this. I think our method of preparation was completely fine. And I think, Rogue just played better on the day.
Yeah, well, about that draft then, because I guess against G2, you were a draft god for picking LeBlanc 4 games in a row, and now it's different that the tables have turned and you lose it. But talking about it then, because Rogue made it quite a change in their draft. After game 2, they started picking Hecarim, and they left open the Twisted Fate to pick Sylas into this. I guess as a pure pick, Sylas is obviously a natural answer into a Twisted Fate. We've seen it a lot of times, but we haven't seen Larssen play Twisted Fate. Is that something you anticipated coming out from Rogue?
Yeah, sure. Like, what is to say? It's like Sylas is nothing new against TF. He has played Sylas in the past. It's like, well, what am I supposed to say? It's
well, just, if that's a part of your your preparation, because when people prepare maybe for a Rogue or for they're gonna they're gonna go weak side top and a safe carry bot with a scaling mid. So I don't know if that's something necessarily that you anticipated or something like this.
I think that's a very surface level view of what Rogue is as a team, and obviously we are going to face them again when we win. So I don't want to talk too much.
Sure.
But in the end, it's like they picked the Sylas into the TF. Nothing new. It's like nothing that was unexpected to happen. Like everything was expected, everything was planned for, and it just didn't pan out the way we wanted it to pan out. In the end, it's like a lot of things go into a match. It's like energy, in-game play, adaptations. There's a lot of variables that we're going to look at and improve on, and in the end, we are walking away with a lot of good information, and we're going to do our best to beat them in the next one.
Yeah,
I think we definitely played worse than we should have. I think in the later games, but credit to Rogue for capitalizing on that, and we just have to go back to the drawing board. And that's it.
Yeah, well, one final topic then about the draft, because it's also something people are seeing online, and maybe that's some what you hinted at earlier about reading comments online. It is the Twisted Fate pick, which didn't end up working out very well, and Humanoid was having a rough series on it. So can you just maybe explain or share the reasoning behind, okay, you just lost 2 games in it, Humanoid is having a tough time on the Twisted Fate, so why lock it in then again in game 5 and not say, okay, we're gonna throw them a different curveball?
Well, all I can say is, like changing your bans and changing your pick will move the whole draft. It isn't. It's so easy for people to just say, "Oh, this champion in isolation. Why did they play against this? Or why did they pick this?" But you know, it's like what you pick defines the whole draft. It defines what the enemy answers, and there's a lot of layers that go into it. And we picked our Twisted Fates, and a lot of things went wrong, and I don't think it's necessarily tied to what we picked or what we prepared. We have a lot to work on, and that's how we're going to view it. And I need to keep the cards close to the chest because in the end,
I get it,
competition
yeah.
is still on, and I can't reveal too much.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely not gonna ask you, okay, when we're gonna see Kaiser mid, or that's something that you guys bear. Although Humanoid has said on broadcast that he really likes playing it, but we guess we'll see that. We'll wait to when we're gonna see that. But I want to talk more about you as how you function as a coach. You are very a motivational and also an emotional coach. You're close to your team in terms of supporting them. So when a series goes down like this, can you talk to me a bit about how you then approach that? Because for the players, these are the most competitive people that operate in these leagues. How do you tackle something like this?
It's tricky because my time with the players is very limited, and I definitely feel like today I didn't have the impact that I wanted to have on the guys. I think it's just a question of what is the foundation that you build over time, and what are the principles you abide by, what is the mentality that you have walking into things. And I always say, take one game at a time, and we try to do so in isolation. But today went by fast, and I felt like I don't know, it was strange. It's like it felt like we had so little time between the games. I don't know. It felt like the window was a lot sharper than it was in our previous weekend. But this is something that I just need to like reflect on and think about, because in the end, we just played the best of 5. So there's like a lot of thoughts that are still rushing in my mind, and I just need to take some time to truly reflect on what I can do better. Because in the end, I want to be as impactful as possible. I want to use those minutes the best way I can to
Yep.
prepare them for the matches, and you just have to figure out how to make it work as a group, and that's always the question. And
Yeah.
today it didn't work out, but it is what it is. We were going to learn from it for sure.
Yeah, obviously a loss, is gonna impact any team and also the mood of any player. But overall, how is that vibe going in the team at this point? Not just after a loss, obviously, but this is a team that is able to shake these things off pretty easily and just move on to the next one.
I have a group of professionals. It's like the way we've dealt with loss right throughout the split. Like it's not like this is the first time we lose, and this we're not gonna treat any different. It's just a larger volume of games, and we're playing best of 5s, right? So. The boys instantly, together we're talking about solutions and improvements we can do, and this is where our head is at. And always it's just a question of being ruthlessly pragmatic, because if you're going to waste your time being pissed and sad about it, you can, I accept that if players feel that way, because in the end they put their blood, sweat, and tears into it. But when the day comes, when we are going to begin our scrims and practice again, then we're going to go hard in the paint, and I expect everybody to be ready. And I expect that because I know they will be. And now I let everyone go through the motion of taking the pain whatever way they want, and this is just battle scars. And battle scars, they serve as reminders of what shit you need to do and how you need to prepare and what you need to learn from it. So all will be good.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not fucking happy today. That's
Yeah.
goes
No, no,
without
no.
saying. But in the end, it's like it's just a moment in time. And when Monday comes again, we shake it off, and we're gonna go into war once again.
Yeah, and a small preview then of next week. Obviously, you don't know yet who you're going to be playing against, and that's also something that your preparation, which starts on Monday, is going to depend on a lot. But holistically, does a preparation like this then start with intense reviewing of this series, or are you just okay? Listen, we just need to look at our opponent and go forward from here.
Oh, it's a mix of everything at once.
Mm.
I think it's just the philosophy is always trying to find like the best way to use your time, and we're using a lot of unique and newer methods to try to achieve this. So once again, I need to keep my cards close to the chest because in the end, we're not gonna reveal any strategies we have. I think what is being done in esports in terms of coaching is still relatively new, and there's a lot of things that you can improve on and do better, and we're going to try to make the best use out of the upcoming hours that we have before the best of fives on the weekend. And of course, we're going to try to cover as much ground as possible. And tomorrow we will see who we will face. But most likely, I'm assuming as we're going to face G2 again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know when you're going to release this interview, so maybe I have to bite my tongue. But either way, I think in a world where Misfits wins, probably they get pushed very, very far. And I'd imagine that they're going to show a lot of what they're capable of. And we'll have a great opportunity to prepare against both of the teams on the weekend. But I think in the end, in terms of the ceiling that we have as a group and the overall potential we have in terms of our highest level of play, I think we can be our own worst enemy on the bad days. And I think that goes without saying for everybody, right? But I think as long as we play really fucking good, I don't really give a shit about who we play against.
All right. Well, I look forward to how you guys are gonna bounce back, man. Thank you very much for joining Yamato, especially so late after the series. Really appreciate you taking your time. And good luck with the
So good.
preparation. And thank you everybody for watching this interview. If you like this comment, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content.